Knicks postgame show presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Jalen Brunson, all the family wearing the jersey of newly acquired Ranger Patrick Kane. And Brunson, his best half ever. He had 30 in the first half, finished with 39, and went 15 of 18 from the floor. And Mitchell Robinson, 13 and 10. Fourth straight double-double for him for the first time in his career. Knicks with a season high in points, 142 of those, blowing out the Nets, 142-118. Knicks have now won 7 in a row. All you can say is wow, right?
Come on, man, let's go.
From our Delta Embassy studios, Bill Pito along with Monica McNutt. Cleveland just went final. They lost to Boston. The heck with the play-in situation. The Knicks are now only a game and a half out of fourth. The first half was incredible offensively. They beat Boston with their defense, and tonight they won it with their offense.
Yeah, not that their defense was anything to sleep on, but they came out of the gate clicking on all cylinders offensively. I mean, the rim might as well have been the ocean. You know how they say when you can't hit a shot, you can't throw the ball in the ocean? Oh, tonight the rim might as well have been an ocean because everything worked, whether you're talking about the long range or you talk about them cutting in the half-court offense and finding one another. The ball movement was, ooh, chef's kiss. I love it.
All right, and the three-point shooting, Knicks made 14 threes in the first half. And our three-point highlight reel is presented by Starry. Knicks were incredible from downtown in the first two quarters.
Julius Randle has been so good off the dribble or off the jab in terms of pulling up from behind the three-point line, and that continued. But he also was really good at finding his teammates in this ball game, that time finding Quentin Grimes. Julius had 5 assists total in this, or excuse me, 8 assists in this ball game, and a bunch of them happened to lead to threes. Guys were able to get in rhythm, catch and shoot. It was almost like running a drill out there. You love to see it. This team is playing with tremendous confidence, and they took good looks tonight.
Brunson, again, 15 of 18 from the floor.
Oh, he was wonderful.
39 points.
Wonderful. So
and now look at all of this. So Brunson, career-high points and a half with a 30. For the Knicks, their second highest first-quarter point total in franchise history. They scored 47. They tied for the most three-pointers made in a half in franchise history with 14. They finished the game with 20 threes. That's a season high. And for the Knicks, third most points and a half in franchise history. In the first half, they scored 81 points. We're now joined by Quentin Grimes. Hey, Quentin, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win. Tell us about how you guys exploded so well on offense in the first half. That was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, to appreciate this morning, shoot around, just come in and not get too high with kind of the win streak that we're on, but come in and take it one game at a time. Brooklyn, they're capable of putting up a lot of points on the board, but I feel like today we came on the first half and just kind of delivered the first blow and then never looked back.
A whole lot of and rightfully so, because I know you are a team-first guy. But let's check in with you. 6 of 9 from the three-point line. And, Quentin, it's particularly impressive what you were able to do because we know that your role has kind of shifted a little bit with the addition of Josh Hart. What was your focus tonight?
Yeah, just stay aggressive. You know what I mean? Josh has been great for us. He just gives us another spark off the bench, but just come in, be aggressive, shoot the shots that I shoot all the time. Just that they were falling tonight, just keep shooting them. My teammates found me in the first half and kept finding me at the beginning and the second. That's when just come in, just trying to stay aggressive at all times.
I think this is the first time we've had you post-game. So just big picture for me, Quentin, what are you most proud of this year? Obviously, you had the tremendous run and the opportunity to go to Salt Lake with the All-Star. You're having a great season in terms of your productivity, offense. You're getting tons of praise defensively. I think you're having a wonderful season. What are you most proud of?
I think just my approach is every game, just coming in with the right approach, just coming in not worrying about my shots or just anything, but coming in just controlling what I control, and that's how hard I can play defensively and just shoot the shots that I'm open. So just coming in with the right mindset every game and taking one game at a time and never getting too high or too low, but just kind of just staying to even kill and just trying to just do whatever I can to help the team win and just go as far as we can in the playoffs, really.
All right, hey, Quentin, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on a great game, and we'll see you Friday night when you guys are at Miami.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Grimes had 22 in the game. Alan Hahn is here, helped call the game on the MSG Radio Network. Alan, great to see you. What do you think? It's so impressive. I don't know where you start, but it's all good everywhere.
Well, we'll start with the start because that's really what this team has been doing of late. Those first quarters for this team setting a tone. I mean, 47 points in the first quarter. Are you kidding me? Never mind 81 at the half.
This is not a drill.
But
47.
It's like they came out and it's you know, Tom Thibodeau talks about this too, and he actually made that reference when talking about this this group and, you know, how it compares to when he was an assistant coach on Jeff Van Gundy's bench, late 90s. You had Patrick Ewing, the hardest worker, setting the tone, and everybody else has to live up to that standard. And he said, when you got guys like this, they play hard. I don't have to get them to play hard. I don't have to ramp them up. So you go into this game, and the Nets are off a back-to-back. They're not playing well, but it's still rivalry week. You're coming off a good win. Could this be a trap game? This team isn't built like that. They came out ready at the beginning, and Randall set the tone not with scoring, but with passing the basketball.
Yeah.
I thought he was phenomenal in the first half with his ball movement and just looking around and just kicking it out and finding. And the Knicks' ability to knock down a three-point shot early, it was demoralizing for the Nets. It really was.
Yeah.
You could feel it in the building. And speaking of the building, there's something special happening now.
Oh,
like
baby.
You can
Without a
feel
doubt.
like there's like you enjoy watching this team play and the energy they have and all the people coming into
Fans
the
come to
window,
the window,
as
yep.
well right now. But you could just feel it. The
Without
way
a
this
doubt.
team's playing is special. Not just the winning part, but how they're winning has really been a lot of fun.
Now, we just talked to Grimes. He had gone 8 straight games in single figures. Gets to 22 tonight and 9 in the first quarter. And he's, when one of the guys has had to adjust a bit with the acquisition of Josh Hart, he's kept up the defense, but tonight he scored the ball.
I mean, these are Tibbs type of guys,
Yes.
right? Like, he completely understands, one, his role. He is an absolute star in his role in terms of coming off the bench, knocking down threes, and being an elite defender. He was the first guy to guard Jason Tatum on Monday. But what he said in the postgame to us that I loved is that he just tries to control what he can control. And as a shooter, you never lose the ability to shoot. Shooters shoot to get hot, and shooters shoot to stay hot. And tonight was his night to remind folks, if somebody had foolishly forgotten, that he is such a prolific shooter. But still, you never saw him waver in terms of his commitment to defense. You don't see him hanging his head. His body language is always on point. And tonight, he did a really good job, to your point, Han, of Julius Randle finding his teammates. He moves into the gaps so well to get his threes.
It's the relocation.
Yep.
And, you know, 2 years ago when the Knicks made the playoffs and Julius Randle was playing great basketball, it was always Reggie Bullock who would find his way into his eyesight. He'd always be in that. He'd know, all right, Julius, I'm going to be right there where you can see me, and you'll be able to kick out to me. And Quentin Grimes has really learned how to do that.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's a skill you have to develop as a young player and understand. You know, guys come out of college, they're used to having the basketball in their hand. They used to being more of an alpha player. To become a role player is not easy. To become somebody that, okay, I'm going to be somebody that's glue. I play defense and I get open for you. But he has figured it out as the season has gone on, and you can see Randall loves to find him. He gets into, relocates, there he is, I can see him. I don't have to look, I'm just going to throw the pass. And he made several cross-court passes to find Grimes. And as you said, Grimes never hesitated. Catch, shoot, put it up, and he was red hot today.
You talked about Tibbs and the environment and the culture, and he continually makes a point that when Jalen Brunson, right after he signed, right to the gym, set the message. And they have kind of evolved from that. And how about, you know, we had that first shot, Alan, of Brunson wearing Patrick Kane's jersey. That shows his general awareness, right? I mean, but I don't know if a lot of guys would be that aware.
Gets it.
In terms of the whole family here at MSG to put on number 88 there as he arrives.
Think about the fit. You know, again, his dad was part of the 90s Knicks, so his dad knows the Garden. He understands what the city's about, so he already comes in with that in mind. And it's, when you have a team, identity is very important. So you have a coach who's got an identity. You have players now that fit the coach's identity. And I keep going back to what he said after the Celtic game. I don't have to ramp these guys up. They go at it in practice. They go at it every game. I don't have to worry about that part of it. And so when you have players like that, Josh Hart calls it dog mentality. Jalen Brunson certainly has that. Julius Randle doesn't miss a game, plays hard, right? And everyone else sort of gravitates to that. And that, I think, is now what we're seeing is the evolution of that throughout this season, is they have reached the point now at the end of the year when you want to be playing your best, they have found out who they are, and it all is based on that Jalen Brunson, his mentality, and everybody else following suit.
You guys know season 3 for me sort of hanging with y'all, right? And when I first got here, I was like, oh, come on, guys, it's going to turn. What I will say that has been unique in watching this particular group, I think, is the level of pride. And you can feel as we watch Brunson, he was 12 or 14 at halftime, y'all. This man did not miss tonight. Finished the game 15 of 18. But he is a 100% foundational guy. And so I think as we watch this team this year, they're able to take so much pride and so much confidence in what they do because they can see, not just this season, although this season has been tremendous, that they can really build together. And I think the cohesiveness of this group, they came and hung out last night at the Kicks and Cocktails event that the Knicks hosted. to fundraise for the Garden of Dreams Foundation, the camaraderie is so real. And all of our alumni, I asked them what they loved about this team. And yes, there was plenty of beautiful basketball things, but all of our alumni pointed to the camaraderie and the chemistry, how much these guys enjoy one another and how sincere it is when they go out there and play for one another. And so this is just really, really special.
When you talk about alumni, you're talking about Latrell Sprewell.
Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson, John Starks. I mean, we had Bernard in there yesterday.
Guys
so like,
who embodied it.
Yeah, guys that really get it. And of course, John Wallace was there. You got a couple nods too. We remember when Jalen was a little kid running around. So it's really cool to see him taking command and leading this squad at the Garden.
Knicks are now 10 games above 500. 37-27, and it's worth repeating. They're only a game and a half out of the 4th spot in the Eastern Conference. Cleveland right now is in that spot, and the Knicks have a game later in the month against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So buckle up. It's getting really exciting. Around the corner, we will hear from Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau as his team now has won 7 games in a row.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state area Audi dealer today.
The Knicks blow out the Nets 142-118. Heat lose. That means Miami is now 3.5 games behind the Knicks in 7th in the East. And it's a Knicks and Heat Friday. Pregame at 7:30, game at 8. Tom Thibodeau's postgame comments presented by Chase.
Another fast start tonight. What did you see that you guys got into your game plan so easily?
Yeah, well, I thought just being ready to play, we know how dangerous they are. So, I thought we attacked the rim well. I thought we got our defense going. But I like the rhythm that guys, where we created good rhythm on our threes.
Tom, when you guys are piling up the assists early, how much do you think that hurt just the way they wanted to defend, just because, it led to, obviously, them not helping as much?
Yeah, when we share the ball, attack the rim, make good rim reads, I think, and it's not just, attacking the rim, but it's oftentimes it's drive, pass. And those rhythm threes, when everyone gets in rhythm like that, it's tough, and when teams, if you make 23s in a game, that's a lot, so, we've been on that side of it too, where, the teams get hot, and sometimes they challenge well, but you have good rhythm, and if you have good rhythm, you make, so I thought the first half was excellent overall.
Coach, can you talk about Jalen? You said rhythm. He scored 30 in the first half, yet got everyone else involved.
Yeah, and what it led to is like reading the game well. So when someone gets going like that, then they went to a blitz, and then they went to a fire where they sent the second defender, and he didn't fight it. He got off the ball. We played to the backside. We got good rhythm shots off of that. So, and that's what you want when Julius gets doubled. Julius made a number of good plays after the switch. Then they went to double him, and he got it out quick and got the ball to. I thought that enabled Quentin to get into the game, and Quentin got a good rhythm from that. So it's guys playing to, like Josh Hart played a monster game, and have 4 points, plus 30. Bench it, played very well overall. Mitch was terrific. So we had it was just a good, solid team win. RJ, I thought, gave us really good minutes.
When you see Jalen go down with the knee and he's limping the next couple of plays, how do you determine to keep him in versus get his knee checked out on the sideline?
Jalen and the trainer. It's so. If they feel he should come out, he's coming out. But that's basically it, and you develop trust with guys over time. So I know if he says he needs to come out, we'll obviously take him out. And trainer also. The trainer wants to see him, and he says, hey, we got to get him out. He's out.
Tom, you had a front row seat to everything he's done this year, but when you see what he does in the first half, that's totally extra. From your position, what do you do when you see a player that's just playing?
Well, and that, like I said, and obviously when a player plays like that, the scoring part was like impressive, but to me the more impressive was, okay, I'm not going to fight this double team. you know, I'm going to get the ball out quick. We're going to make the second pass to the backside, and we can get great rhythm off of that. You know, so I thought, like, I loved it. It's unselfish. It's playing for the team. It's prioritizing winning. And I think that goes a long way. That makes you, like, when your best players are willing to do that, it makes your team cohesive. And I think Julius was the same way. You know, Julius made a number of good plays, attacking the rim, spraying out to the weak side, and also on his double team, finding Quentin, you know, on the backside. I thought RJ had a number of good drives to the basket where he attacked the rim well. And then, you know, Mitch has been a monster. Isaiah gave us really good minutes for a long stretch there.
Coach, you talked about Julius. He made two straight diagonal passes cross court to Quentin for 3. Is that something that you want to see him do more when he was doubled?
No, just read the game. Same thing. Like, sometimes that's the pass. Sometimes it's Mitch on the baseline. Sometimes it's the slot cut from the weak side. Like, when we get doubled, we want to have 2 cutters. And then we also want to replace behind. You just read the game. So the game is going to tell you. I don't want him to predetermine. When he's instinctive and he's attacking the basket, that's the best way to do it. Sometimes the man in front. There's a man in front, get it out, let him swing it to the weak side. So, and the responsibility of your primary scorer is same thing with RJ. When you get blitzed and you get double teamed, get rid of the ball. Don't fight the double team. Let us create good offense from that.
Coach, you guys have won 7 straight now. Are you playing your best basketball of the season, and how much better can you guys even
Yeah, I don't want us to, like, get lost in the wrong things. And so, like every game, there's things you do well, things you don't do as well as you would like. Understand that we got to make our corrections, and then we have to get ready for Miami. And that's where, and I think that's what this team has done well all year. They don't look too far ahead. They're not looking back. Okay, why did we either win or lose? Make our corrections, study Miami, get ready for Miami. We know how good they are. This game tonight will have nothing to do with our Miami game.
But when you talk about, like, building a season with the end of the season in mind, you know, it's March now. It is close to the end. Are you on that track? Is it building the way you want it to build?
Yeah, well, you want to improve every day. And you talk about that at the beginning of the season. This is why we work the way we do. This is why we study. This is why we study film. This is why we come in, put extra work in. This is why we practice. And then you want to keep improving. There's always things you could do better. And so I still think we have a long way to go. I like where we are in the season in terms of we know the intensity is getting different now. So we have to respond accordingly. And this should bring the best out in us.
What did Jalen say to you?
Moral of the story, on to the next. KD, first game with the Suns. Highlights and much more next on the MSG 150. All right, big game Friday. Knicks at Miami. They'll be at Boston Sunday. First up, the game against the Heat. Pregame here at 7:30. Game at 8. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Go. Knicks blow out the Nets 142-118. We're back from the corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra. Enjoy every bucket. Knicks enjoying a lot of buckets, but on defense, Mitchell Robinson now. I mentioned off the top, 13-10. First time in his career, he's got 4 straight double-doubles. And since his return here after the All-Star break, the Knicks are 4-0.
Do you remember the stat we talked about in the pregame show?
Yes.
He played 25 minutes tonight.
19-9.
And now it's
20-9.
See what I'm saying? You just need him in the lineup. And then you add to it the double-doubles, the performance that he's given you on the boards, the shot blocking there. I loved it. After that block, then Bridges got it, looked up, saw Mitch, and said, now I'm going to pass that out. Like, I'm not going to be part of that. His strong finishes at the basket. Monica, you talked about in the pregame his conditioning.
Yep.
And how it was a thumb injury, but it wasn't any leg injuries.
Yep.
And he put in the work so that when he came back, he would hit the ground literally running.
Yeah, Rebecca mentioned that during the game, actually.
Absolutely true. And that's what he's been doing.
Yep.
Is he steps into the lineup, back into the lineup, and it wasn't, all right, reacclimate yourself, get yourself in rhythm. I mean, he has been phenomenal. 4 straight double-doubles, the impact he has had on the boards, the impact he has on defense, to a point where the Nets decided to go with a small lineup just to get him out of the game.
Still didn't work. Cute. Still didn't work.
Yeah.
All right, 7 straight wins for the Knicks, 8 wins in the last 9 games. And again, Hey, Coach, you excited? Coach? Yeah, good. All right.
Smile.
All good. All right, big one again Friday. Knicks at Miami. Pre-game 7:30, game at 8. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Go. Jalen Brunson 39 tonight. Another big game for Julius Randle. Both at the podium. Note Brunson wearing Patrick Kane's 88 jersey.
You scored 30 points in the first half, but yet you were able to get your teammates involved in the offense. Can you talk about how you balance your scoring with your playmaking?
Yeah, I mean, they were throwing two guys. They were doubling from the as soon as I brought the ball up the court. So, I mean, you got to make the right play, and I was just find an open man and trust my teammates on how to make the play.
You know, when you banged your knee and you were coming back limping, was there any debate you had with the trainer to stay in the game?
No.
So what did you say to Tibbs when he took you out with 3 minutes left? Camera caught him actually smiling.
I said some words that made him smile.
So was it your performance?
No, he don't care about that. He cares about wins. That's it. Wins and how can we get better? That's all he cares about. That's all I care about.
Julius, you know, Quentin, you found Quentin early in the game and seemed to get him in a rhythm. As you look and play the game and you look for opportunities, are there certain guys you look to try to get into the flow early, or you just play it the way it comes?
You just read the game how it comes, and also try to be aware of everybody. So QG is somebody that we're gonna need down the stretch as we head into this home stretch. So I think tonight everybody felt good about how they played and contributed to the win. So.
All right, so by the way, Patrick Kane's expected to make his Rangers debut tomorrow at home against Ottawa. This could be a heck of a spring at MSG.
Big stuff happening.
It's exciting right now.
This is, Jalen tweeted, I want to go to a Rangers game. Josh retweeted him and said, take me with you. I also want to go.
That's what you love about this time of year when both teams are winning. Building is electric.
All right, next stop for the Knicks at Miami. Friday, pregame at 7. Pregame 7:30, game at 8. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Go. Knicks blow out the Nets tonight. All kinds of offensive records. Season high 142 points. And probably most important of all, they're only a game and a half behind the Cavs for 4th overall in the Eastern Conference. Coming up here, it's the Better Half Hour. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you on Friday night.